Hello everyone. I'm going to chat with you today about how to use metaphor to visualize your dry data. Okay, so many times you have data like budget data, for example, like project schedule, and usually you have some specific ways to represent it, like Gantt chart. And your data, even if it has like many trends inside them, you will not be able to discover them. So the secret comes from how to use the suitable metaphor to describe your data. So let's see. Okay, so this is like a table of tasks for this project. We have 6 tasks, okay, and we need to for each task to say when it will start and how many weeks it will last. And also we have here the first column, which contains some information about how much important this task is. So for example, task 1 has like 4% importance with respect to the whole project, and start at week 0, and it has like 11 weeks. Okay, so this is like very usual way we use Gantt chart. Gantt chart deal with start and duration, that last 2 columns, but doesn't deal with the percent. Percent usually can make you feel how much value you have added in your project. So it's better to be able to visualize 3 of them. So first of all, let's see how we can use Gantt chart. Usually Gantt chart is very regular thing people usually do, common thing to use. It has like for each task you can just see when it will start, and then for how long it will last, and then you can draw a line from 0 to 11, from 0 to 6, from 6 to 24 plus 6. So this is like the Gantt chart. Usually Gantt chart can be produced very easily in Excel. You can have a bar chart, added bar chart, like 2 bar chart. Yani let's see, for example, task 3, this one, start at from 0 to 6, and then from 6 to 24 plus 6 to 30. Okay, this is the second part. So usually we have like one missing point here, one missing series here, and actually at the end we can just make this series transparent. So just we have the second series, which is weeks. Okay, so this week's 11, 6, 24 are drawn from different parts. So this is the Gantt chart, but we cannot see how much information, like how much importance we have done, for example in week 10 or week 5, or between week 5 and week 20, how much important part are there. So for example, something like this is not clear in the Gantt chart, so I need to add this part of importance. Importance should be like the width of or the height of the bars themselves, rather than just the duration of the bar. So first of all, I have to look for some metaphor, and the metaphor here is something suitable, is like a series of mountains. Each mountain has like what we call a task, each mountain representing one task. So this is like one task. It's a mountain which has like width and has height, and the height and the width looks like a rectangle for us. So this will be duration in week, which we already have in the Gantt chart, weeks. Okay, and the height will be the importance, overall importance, divided by the duration. So for example, for the first one will be 4 over 11, and this one will be 11. So 11 and 4 over 11, which makes the area 4. So this is like the area you can see from this task is 4. What about the rest of the task? The rest of the task will be added like on top of this one or beside, according to the time when they start and when they end. So we end up with something like this, a mountain series. This can enable us to see many good trends like empty spaces, or like if we have the dense area, or the distribution of the tasks themselves are not normal distribution, so the S-curve will be deformed. The value are going to represent where is the maximum of the value, is it in the middle or not. So something like this is very good, and this is what we target in our visualization. So let's proceed. So here we start with simple bars. Simple bars, its task will be like a number of bars in its duration, and then I can have the other part added, but the height now is depending on the importance of the each task. So like this I could have my 6 tasks all together, and it looks like it is a bit like a mountain. It has different parts, but it looks like it's not very real because you can see these sharp edges. You don't feel it like actually mountain, and the boundary between the each bar and the bar beside it doesn't make it like doesn't look like a true mountain. Okay, so actually we can just play with this and try to have something different, which is actually the area curve, make it easier for us to understand what we see. Okay, so here we use blue background to look like the sky, mountain. So the information themselves will be not the scattering people seeing them, and the title is in one cloud. So this can make human understand it very better. Now we have something similar to what we have before, but the whole area is continuous area. There is no lines between the bars, and there is some suddenly rather than suddenly change or sharp change, we have like gradual change when we have the area or the boundary of the mountain. We can have this inclined lines, and this makes us feel it is actually a mountain, or it looks like a real mountain rather than what we have been seen before. So now everything is okay for me, and I can just observe my trends, and for example I can see this area. Let's have a different color now, maybe green color. This is like a very dense, the maximum. We have like 3 tasks. Okay, we have very slow beginning, it doesn't have too much value to be added. We have some area flat in the middle, and something like this can tell us that there is some trend in our information, or the mountain maximum should be to the middle rather than being shifted to the end as in this case. And some stuff like this can be just discovered after we choose the good metaphor. So I recommend you to use suitable metaphors, and these metaphors can be done using Excel or whatever tool you have. And you could also have many metaphors. Each one of them can just discover some of your good trends in your data. Okay, so thank you.